Big Mike coming at you live and direct, Mack City Limits Radio show, man. Going to do an addendum to the last show is what we going to do. We're going to add a little something, man, on to the last show. Yeah. The great Carmelo Anthony debacle, man. That's what we're going to talk about. Hey, dig, man, try as I might to try and educate the masses, man. Look, it ain't no easy task, man. It ain't no easy. I sit up late at night asking the Most High, why did you put me in this tribe, good Lord? Why? These Negroes is insufferable, man. Even when you're trying to save them, man. Once again, I done told y'all, the community is a black ratchet broad, man. And you know what it is, man. You can't save them. You can't save a black ratchet broad, man. She gonna do everything in her power to sabotage herself. So check it, man. I'm really passionate about this topic right here because it speaks to my life experience, man, in the prison industrial complex, man. And the horrific things I seen in my tour of duty in there, man. The stuff I seen, man, from them young brothers, man, doing them football numbers. And the only thing that they had to do, man, they just had to have elders that actually gave a damn, man, to try and give them the right information to navigate life. And we ain't seeing that on YouTube, man. We seeing a lot of folks giving these youngsters bad information, man. Bad information. So if y'all really want to know what time it is with me, what time is it? It's about strategy, tactics. It's about the appropriate usage of strategies and tactics in life. That's what it's about, man. These youngsters, they not getting the appropriate strategies and tactics to deal with the things that's going to affect them in life, man. So when I see a Carmelo Anthony, and this is a tough pill to swallow, man. His family let him down, man. His mama and his daddy, or whoever they might be, his caregivers let him down, man. Shoot. Because looking from the outside in, it would appear that they did a decent job with the academics, man. But somehow, some way, they dropped the ball in dealing with the reality of life outside of the academics, man. Somehow, some way, they dropped the ball, man, when it came to strategies and tactics in dealing with life, when dealing with controversy, dealing with adversarial attitudes, dealing with drama or those who want to do you harm. And I know a lot about that, man. I know a lot about that. I had to deal with a lot of that coming up as a shorty, coming up as a youngster. And I had to go ahead and I had to bite the bullet many a day when I was working in the prison system. What I mean by that, man, is I kind of low-key had to follow my sword a couple of times just to help some of them brothers in there, man, because I didn't like what I seen. And I had a lot of disciplinary write-ups because I didn't like what the racist was doing in there to some of the brothers that I knew. And look, man, I got sons, man. I did foster care. I adopted. I got biological sons, man. And, yeah, I taught them big time the whole concept of strategies, tactics, and techniques when it came to dealing with BS out here in these streets, whether it be from other thugs or whether it be from law enforcement. Yeah. We would have them powwows. We would have them talks, man. Many a day I would have my sons, man, sit around me and I would guide them and I would tell them certain books or literature to read in order to hone their manipulation skills, man, when it came to actually being out here and coming out top dog when you're dealing with people, man. Yeah, I'm like, hey, man, go to the bookstore, go to the library, get you a bite of Niccolo Machiavelli, get you 48 Laws of Power, 33 Strategies of War, The Art of Seduction, Miyamoto, Musashi, The Book of Five Rings, COINTELPRO, The Learned Elders of Zion, and get you a crash course, man, on the rules and the laws and the legislations, man, that the courts and the police gonna be throwing at you when you out there, man, on traffic stops and whatnot, man. And above all else, know the appropriate way on how to deal with the cops at a traffic stop. The right kind of attitude to have, the right sort of voice to use, the right sort of tone and inflections. And then not only will you have to know that, but you also will have to know how to deal with the average Negro in the streets, man, that may challenge your manhood. How do you deal with that? So look, man, y'all can be mad at me all you want, but you ain't going to be able to tell Big Mike ain't proactive. I'm very proactive. And I gave all my sons, man, the proper knowledge, the proper ammunition to deal with and to dispatch all foes, no matter what side of the fence they may lie. So I don't really want to give y'all the wrong impression like I'm some sort of heartless dude when it comes to Karmelo. I feel bad for the partner, man. I really do, man, because the main people that really dropped the ball, man, is his folks, man. His folks, I don't know what they was thinking, man. You know, I don't know what made them hire that Dominique Alexander clown. I don't know what made them hire that lawyer that they got, man. The whole thing, the parents just seem to be, they don't seem to be laced with game, is what I'm trying to say, man. They don't really seem to really know what's going on, man. Because, man, from the outside looking in, I don't know what's going on with that lawyer that they so-called hired, man. That looks like an inside job to me. If there's any reason I would give him any sort of sympathy, it would be because of that. Because I feel like that was an inside job, man. I'm like, wow, man, they didn't even really seem to put up any sort of defense. Then he would say, well, there really was no defense. There was just no way the lawyers weren't given anything that they could throw at the prosecution to cool their jets, man. Because Karmelo, they had him dead to rights, man. But me knowing how the prison system and the court system and the legal system works, man, I know how these judges and these lawyers, they hobnob, man, and they kick it. And they go to the same country clubs and the same golf clubs. They go to the same parties, man. They make these back-end deals. Yeah, you know, it's like this. Hey, you go ahead and you let me win this case. And next week when we do this case, I'll let you win. You know, stuff like that is going on. I got two cousins right now in the Fed joints. And man, it was impossible for them to get any sort of rhythm, get any sort of love from the feds. Because everybody they hired, man, I mean, they was cool. You know, all these lawyers and all these judges, they cool, man. You know what I mean? So they real friendly. So it don't really matter how much money you got. It's just they kick it. They buddies. You know what I mean? And you stepping in and you having a case that needs to be tried. I mean, they looking at you as a job, man, but when it comes to going to that court, all these lawyers and all these judges, they see each other as family, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I know the nature of the beast, man. And it's one thing that I did learn that me and Tony learned. Well, excuse me, that Tony schooled me on when we went ahead and we did our own foray into the legal system when the state of California, for whatever reason, said that I owed them money. The what's it called? What was it, Tony? The State Franchise Tax Board. They said that I owed them some money for taxes. And I'm like, who are you and what money do I owe you? And I've never lived in California. What are you talking about, man? They didn't give a damn about that, man. They just started dipping in my bank account, taking money out my goddamn account, man. Shoot. And we took them to trial. We took them to court. We sued them. And even though we had all the correct paperwork, we had them dead to rights. There was no way that they could deny what we were saying. But the court system here in Ohio refused to give us love, refused to give us rhythm, unless we went ahead and went through the proper channels, man, because we was doing it, man, I forget what the legal term is for it, man. When we didn't have, was it improper? I think that's what it was. We didn't have no lawyer. Shoot. Tony was slick enough where we didn't need no lawyer, man. We went ahead and did all the paperwork ourselves. We did all the investigating ourselves, and we roasted these folks, man. But our courts would not touch it. Wouldn't touch it. Yeah. Court system was crooked, dog. Crooked. The only way that we could get our case in and we could get our case looked at is we had to actually go through their channels. We had to actually hire a lawyer and get official. Otherwise, they wasn't going. I'm like, wow, really? Is that how you feel? Okay. But I'm saying all that to say this, man. It's an uphill battle for Karmelo. He was let down seriously because his folks never sat him down and had a talk about the gangster life, about what he needs to do and how he needs to be acting and reacting out there in the streets. Because that's something I definitely did with my boys. I always impressed upon my sons, man, that knowledge is king and knowledge is power. And once again, we go back to strategies, tactics, and techniques. Teaching my sons tried and true tactics, strategies, tactics, and techniques to overcome in the field of battle, man. And you don't get that, man, with just being a goon, where everything that you see is a nail and you the hammer. Nah, sometimes it takes a finesse. Sometimes it takes a situation where you morph and you become a different state of existence, man. Sometimes you got to be water. Sometimes you got to be ice. Sometimes you got to be a vapor. And I see a lot of people, man, like trying to run cover for Karmelo, man, and they say stuff like, well, what would you have done if you was Karmelo? And, well, number one, I wouldn't be up under another school's tent. Number two, if I got accosted by somebody who was from the home team and I'm up under their tent, I'd either knuckle up or I'd leave. It's really that simple, man. It don't take no great mathematician to figure that out. Yeah, simple as that. I mean, if we're going to squabble, we're going to get it. We're going to get it done. And if I see that I'm outgunned, ain't no shame in just, okay, all right, I'm out. Get your ass up under their tent, man. So there's enough blame to go around while a little dude, man, is in this predicament. He didn't have nobody in his corner, man. Nobody laced him with game, man. Nobody laced him with game. And quite possibly because it would appear that his parents ain't got a lick of sense either. Because it really looks like his mama is running the show. That's what it looked like. And unfortunately, when you got a woman running the show, this is what you left with. Because you best believe, man, if I was ever in that predicament, man, I don't know. Man. Like I said, Big Mike would be all about the strategies, tactics, and techniques of war. I won't be hiring no clown like a Dominique Alexander. Even though I must admit, man, they have had a quite lucrative and a stellar technique of invoking racial animosity and hatred to get that money up. They definitely know how to rile black folks up, man. Shoot. And that racial angle, that works every time, man. If you want to get a nigga to jump up and, you know, have him say how high, just get him to buy into the fact that they don't like you. They don't like you because you black. But I'm not one to sit online, man, and whine and cry and moan and bitch, man. I ain't cut like that, man. I'm here to offer solutions, man. And just like I did with my sons, man, back in the day, I'm trying to educate any shorty out there, man. It's on YouTube, might be listening to this, man. Don't throw your life away, man. Do not be listening to these mental midgets out here, man, trying to give you an excuse to throw your life away, man. What they trying to do is they trying to tell you it's okay to be a crash test dummy, man. And it ain't okay. There's other ways to deal with situations like this, man. Don't do something stupid, man, and now you doing 35 to life. You know, threw your life away all because somebody said something that you don't like. Trust me, man. Trust me. Speaking as a man, as I worked 10 years in a close max security prison, every youngster, every old head I talked to, man, they always told me. They were just like, oh, man, if I only knew how much it was just not worth it. It wasn't worth it. But I was trying to impress this broad. I was trying to impress these people. I was trying to, you know, show how hard I was. I was trying to show that you can't bully me and you can't punk me. And they always think, man, if I just could have gone back to that very same day, that very same moment, and I just would have made the right decision. Instead of going left, I would have turned right. And I wouldn't be here today doing a life bid, man. Not be enjoying life. You know what I mean? So look, don't do what Karmelo did, man. What you need is some intelligence about yourself, man. That's what you need. Now, if you are actually in a situation or a scenario where you cornered and there ain't no way out, well, the proof will bear that out. And hopefully you'll get some love and you'll get some rhythm. But this ain't that case. This ain't that. And a lot of people are bringing up different cases. Well, how come these people got a pass and Carmelo didn't get a pass? Look, I ain't on all that whataboutism. I ain't even on all that, man. These are different cases being tried by different lawyers, being tried by different juries and judges. Man, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, man. My issue is this, man. It's real simple, man. Be proactive, man. Just don't get yourself in the situation or the scenario in the first place. Just don't be there. Don't get there. And you ain't got to worry about all that, right? But once again, this goes back to being accountable, which the black community has a very, very big problem with. They hate accountability. They hate being accountable. They hate sitting around actually being able to point the finger at themselves. And that's not the school of thought that we coming from over here at Mack City, man. Everything that happens in your life is perfectly preventable. Everything. You just got to have the willpower and the knowledge to make that happen. Yeah, knowledge is king, man. Knowledge is definitely king. And don't let anybody tell you that it ain't. If only Karmelo had two parents that was laced with game. If only Karmelo had two parents that knew exactly how to talk to him and make sure he knew how to navigate adversarial scenarios out there in the streets, man. And I'm very aware that, they so-called come from an affluent community. But when you are so-called black, as far as I'm concerned, man, it don't matter where you live, man. You are in danger, or you 2 steps from a boys in the hood situation and scenario, because that's just black culture, man. No matter where you may reside, man, no matter how cool or affluent your neighborhood might be. I mean, you see that Karmelo, man, even though he came from a nice, well-to-do family in a nice, well-to-do neighborhood, looking at his little pictures, man, he was still trying to be a thug, right? And I'm hoping, that the parents actually seen him trying to pop his collar with the thuggery. And if they seen that, they probably should have took him to the side and talked to him about that. Be like, look, man, there ain't no reason for you to be doing that. But just in case you out there acting a fool, let me put a bug in your ear. Let me tell you how you need to move and how to navigate and trying to keep your butt out of hot water. Parents didn't have no game. Didn't lace their son with game, man. And now look at him. And now y'all mad at Big Mike. Nah, don't be mad at me. I did what I was supposed to do. I laced my sons with game. Shit. So just know and understand that, man. Big Mike, this is Mack City. We're all about being proactive, man. We all about strategies, tactics, and techniques. We ain't all about everything that we see is not a nail. So we are not always the hammer. Sometimes we're a wrench. Sometimes we're a screwdriver. A lot of times, man, in life, you got to be a different tool to get things done, man. And that's the problem with black folks, man. So one-dimensional. Can't really get nothing done with just a hammer. Can't really build nothing with just a hammer. And that's all niggas want to be, is a goddamn hammer, man. And I refuse to be it. And I refuse to entertain that. So if you take anything out of what I'm saying today, if you have a son, or if you have anybody in your life or in your family, whether they be friends or whatnot, especially if they are of the younger persuasion, man, talk to them, man. Lace them with game, man. Tell them you ain't gotta be a gangster, man. You ain't gotta be a thug, man. It's okay to walk away. You trying to tell them to be a punk? Okay, well, if you think it's that important to stand your ground and be a gangster, and you end up in court and you doing 60 years, then, have at it, man. Okay, all right. I've been in situations where I've actually had to walk away, as much as it may have hurt my ego. But I did the right thing. I did the right thing because in the act of me walking away, I was able to be there for my family. I was able to actually have a family. I was actually able to have children. I was actually able to have a family because earlier in life, I walked away from some nonsense, man, which is what the so-called white supremacists really don't want. They don't want deep thinking Renaissance black men out there that can avoid the killing fields, man. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to do, man. Avoid the killing fields, man. Avoid the prison industrial complex. Avoid the grave. What these people on YouTube right now are promoting for you, they want you in prison. They want you so blinded by ego and rage, man, that you can't even think straight, man. And the only thing that's going to lead to is you fueling the prison industrial complex, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I've been there. I worked there for 10 goddamn years, man. It's real. And just working there, it break your heart, man, because you be saying to yourself, this was perfectly avoidable. What this young man is in here for was perfectly avoidable, man. But somebody just didn't sit him down and set him straight, man. Coming from them goddamn single mama families, man. Them baby mama, single mama families, man. Sad, man. Sad. So that's all I gotta say about that, man. Wanted to go ahead and add a little something on there just to let y'all know. Look, man, it's about strategies, tactics, and techniques, and everything ain't a goddamn nail. And in order to build something, man, you just can't be a goddamn hammer, man. Man, be rational, bruh. Stop fueling the prison industrial complex, idiot. Especially you old heads out there, man, giving these youngsters this badass information, talking about Karmelo did the right thing. No, he didn't. If he did the right thing, he wouldn't be doing 35 years right now. The right thing would have been knuckling up or just leaving the tent. Stupid, man. All right, y'all. Big Mike coming at you live and direct, Mack City Limits Radio show. Hate me now. I'm out.